Fields.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
The Bears at 4-3, a game over 500. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
To throw is Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up fourth down.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Now Herbert to start the drive.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run the counter. Felton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now, drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going up.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what a response by that defensive unit. They just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. Pick six last drive. Here's Fields again.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
That's complete to Mooney.
So the completion good for 7 there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones.
Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Snh7. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing now is Mahomes.
And complete once again to Watson. He'll get it inside the 20.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 2nd and 11 now.
Fields.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
43!
On 2nd and goal, Mahomes. This is caught. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Kelsey out in the slot right. Mahomes throwing on fourth. Escaping the pressure right.
Christian Watson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that, because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Fields now to throw. Complete to Mooney on the slant.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Fields.
Looking downfield for Jones. And now here is another interception.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But when you get 6 interceptions, that's a whole new level. It's not a good level. It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But when you get 6 interceptions, that's a whole new level. It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. but you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on, but it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. 43. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey.
And he's going to have a 1st down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Yellow. Easy. Hey, 43, 15.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st down, Mahomes. He finds Watson. It's caught.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Keep in mind they can still get a 1st down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Mahomes to throw once more. To the right side, it's Kelsey. Touchdown! Travis Kelsey with career touchdown number 75.
And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Butker on for the PAT. Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away.
By rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here's Fields.
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
On 2nd down, Felton, and some room to maneuver.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
A good pick up there, 26 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
15.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. He'll get this up to about the 44. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll field this at the 5.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe.
I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I'm glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Now Mahomes. And he's going to go down again.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. He'll look to throw.
He'll complete this one to Watson.
An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Chiefs.
Hey, 15.
Mahomes now on 1st down.
And no hesitations. They go right back to Kelsey. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. It's Kelsey on the grab. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Robert Quinn able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
Eyes the crossing route and hits Watson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes.
He finds Watson complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles. And that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
On 2nd and very short, Mahomes. He's got it. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a 1st down. Mahomes now to throw.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Anthony Averett picks it.
And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end Kelsey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing. I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, You can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Bears will get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
They'll go again with Herbert.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. So this one in the win column for Kansas.